Sydney Sixers won the toss and opt to bowl first. Sixers douse Heat back into top 2. Sublime Josh Philippe overshadows returning Test stars as Sixers cash in for comfortable win after another subpar batting effort from the Brisbane Heat. Sydney Sixers playing 11. Josh Philippe, Daniel Hughes, James Vince, Steve Smith, Moises Henriques, Jordan Silk, Tom Curran, Ben Dwarshuis, Nathan Lyon, Jackson Bird, Steve O'Keefe. Brisbane Heat playing 11. Chris Lynn, Sam Heazlett, Matthew Renshaw, Ab de Villiers, Marnus Labuschagne, Jimmy Pearson, Ben Cutting, James Pattinson, Mitchell Swepson, Ben Lachlan, Mujibur Rahman. Sixers sensational. Men in magenta climb back into second spot as hapless Heat slip to a third loss on the trot. The scorecard. Brisbane Heat 8-126, Pattinson 27 not out, de Villiers 25, Bird 2-21, lost to Sydney Sixers 2-128, Philippe 53 not out, Vince 51, by 8 wickets, with 25 balls to spare. The heroes. Was James Vince batting on a different pitch to the Heat players? The Englishman was in sublime touch at the top of the Sixers' order, unleashing an array of fierce pulls and drives, and a couple of delicate cuts to race to his half-century from 34 balls. "That's as sweet a timing as I've seen from a batsman this season," said Fox commentator Mark Waugh, who timed them pretty sweetly in his day. "Not the fastest 50, but one of the best to watch." Vince was out a short time later, but with the score at 1-75, his young opening partner, Josh Philippe, picked up the slack. Philippe had played second fiddle to Vince, but quickly assumed control of the run chase thereafter, making a well-paced 53 not out from 43 deliveries to see his side home. The support cast. The Sixers bowling group was strategically smart and clinical in its execution. Spinners Steve O'Keefe, 1-20, and Nathan Lyon, 1-24, both took wickets in the power play, while paceman Jackson Bird, 2-21, Tom Curran, 2-25, and Ben Dwarshuis, 2-35, all utilized a pitch that appeared a little up and down to claim 2 wickets apiece. Among that group, only Dwarshuis was expensive, though 14 of those runs came in the 19th over. The moment. Chris Lynn had smashed 94 from 35 balls in the Heat's last outing against the Sixers, and after Sunday's debacle against the Renegades, the skipper would have been determined to make a statement. It wasn't to be. In the third over, Lynn was cleaned bowled for 7 by a flatter, quicker one from Steve O'Keefe. It was the beginning of a collapse of 5-42, from which the Heat never recovered. The consolation effort. James Pattinson hit a career-best 27 to get the Heat to a more respectable total, clattering 2 sixes in the process. He then conceded just 8 runs from his first 2 overs, bowling with typical pace and aggression, and returned late to claim the wicket of his Test teammate Steve Smith. The showdown. Marnus Labuschagne's skied pull to mid-on that cost him his wicket might have been his first mistimed shot of the summer, and who was there settling under it? Yep, his good mate Steve Smith. Labuschagne had the chance to get one back over the master when he bowled to him in the 13th over of the Sixers' run chase, but it wasn't to be. With mid-on up, Smith drove one delightful 4 straight down the ground too well and truly claimed bragging rights for the night over his Aussie teammate. The stat. Ab de Villiers has hit 391 sixes in his T20 career. 0 of those, from 5 ins, have come in Australia. The banter. When Ben Cutting laced one out to deep cover and was well caught by James Vince, the Heat all-rounder stood his ground, evidently feeling sure it had been a bump ball. Over to you, Dan Christian. The next stops. The Heat head to Melbourne for their final 2 games, against the Stars on Saturday and then the Renegades on Monday, in the final regular season match of the tournament. The Sixers head home and also play Saturday, rounding out their campaign against the Renegades at the Sydney Cricket Ground. Thanks for watching. We hope you enjoyed this video. Don't forget to hit like, share and subscribe to Sportify.
caught in the crossfire.